Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Miguel, but some people call me Milo. Now, imagine just going to a carnival as a kid and being replaced by another you, only later to have different versions of you and your family hunting you, trying to replace you. Today, we are going to be deep diving into the 2019 horror movie Us. If you enjoy content like this, please give a like and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. Now, in this movie, it talks a lot about race, religion, cloning experiments, and overall, it's just an amazing movie. It is directed by Jordan Peele, who is the same person who made Get Out, which I personally love that movie and am trying to do a deep dive on that as well. By the end of this movie, and the twist was actually something I caught on to really quickly. I understood that this movie and the Tethered weren't what was bringing the world down. It was supposed to be the people and America in itself. The movie opens up with a slideshow telling us that there are thousands of underground tunnels in the USA and multiple abandoned subway systems, unused service routes, and deserted mines. It's 1986, and there's a broadcast about the Hands Across America, an actual event that took place to try and end homelessness and poverty. Then we cut to a commercial about the Santa Cruz Boardwalk, where we see the main character, Adelaide, as a child winning a Thriller t-shirt and getting an apple. She begins wandering off alone when she passes a man holding a sign saying Bible verses. Makes her way further down the beach and finds a play area, the shaman's something, I forgot what it was. She tosses the apple and heads inside, seeing the maze has a lot of spooky attractions. She finds some funhouse mirrors and things take a weird turn. It's cut out, and when they cut back on, she finds another version of herself. She thinks it's another mirror at first, but then her reflection turns and chokes her. We cut to the opening credits where we see a bunch of bunnies. Later in the movie, it explains why there are so many bunnies, but it still doesn't make sense in my mind. We are now in the present day, and we see Addie, now a grown woman. Her husband, Gabe, who I find hilarious, always finds a way to make his family laugh or embarrassing his children, Zora and Jason, whether that's by yelling or just dabbing on them. He kind of reminds me of my own dad. Gabe and his family are vacationing at their house in Santa Cruz, where they discuss what they are going to do. They discuss Zora's future as a track star and Jason's ability to master a magic trick he's been practicing. Gabe decides they should all go to the beach, and that gives Addie PTSD flashbacks from her childhood and what happened at that funhouse. Now, even though she was only gone from her parents for 15 minutes, young Addie became mute and was even diagnosed by a doctor on having PTSD, which would leave her mute until she was ready to speak. Now, it doesn't show in the movie whether the parents thought sexual assault played into that part, but I'm assuming that they had her checked and nothing came up. Obviously, because what we see at the end, but if I was the parent, that would be my first thing to check. Parents, in order to try and help their daughter through whatever trauma she endured, they signed her up for dance classes, and we see Addie was pretty good at it. After Addie has her flashbacks, we cut to Gabe's new purchase. He seems really proud of a boat. He's so proud he gives it the name the Crawl Daddy. After he struggles to get it working again, they head over to the beach where they bond over the classic Luna song I Got Five on It. They arrive on the beach where Addie, she doesn't seem too happy to be there. Before they are able to park, they see a dead man, which resembles the man we see at the beginning of the movie. We don't get his name, so I'm just going to call him Bible Dude. No, they don't know it yet, but something big has already started. And them coming back would just be the kickstart to all of this crazy ass shit. The Wilsons walk over to their friends, Josh and Katie, who have their twin daughters, Becca and Lindsay. After meeting with everyone else, Jason decides to be just like his mother and wander off. He's hoping to spread the tradition of getting PTSD. He sees the updated funhouse and decides he's not going to be like his mother after all, and then he sees a guy standing alone with his arms outstretched and blood dripping from his hands. Now, after giving his mother a heart attack, they head home, and when she puts the kids to bed, telling Zora, Jason, and Jason's mask goodnight, she decides to tell Gabe that she wants to go, which was poor timing considering Gabe was hoping for some magic, if you get what I'm saying. Now, after giving Gabe blue balls, she stares out the window and tells him that she just doesn't feel comfortable and wants to go. She goes into her childhood and tells him that in the funhouse she found another version of herself, and now she's worried that the copy of her is going to come after her and her family. She believes this even more after a bunch of weird coincidences she's been noticing after arriving at the Santa Cruz. The lights then cut out, and Jason decides this is the perfect time to stand in the doorway looking fucking terrifying and says there's people standing outside. Because that's something Gabe wants to hear after his wife just confessed to seeing a doppelganger and some creepy shit happen with the lights. Gabe looks out the window and sees a family creepily standing in the driveway holding their hands. Gabe believes it's just people trying to be creepy and doesn't really take it seriously. He goes outside and tries to get them to go away while Addie calls the cops. Now, the cops are 14 minutes away, so Gabe decides to grab a baseball bat and tries to scare off the people. Which, in a normal situation, this would work because no one wants to see a big black dude holding a bat walking towards them. This family decides to sound like me when I have my tics and starts clicking, and the kids run off into the bushes. Now, Gabe runs back inside because he realizes he's still black and does not want any part of this, and he does not want to die. Him and his family hide in the house while the copies of them surround the house looking for a way inside. We cut to a person's shadow holding scissors and whistling while walking up to get the spare key and walking straight into the house. The camera shows who walks in, and it's another Gabe, except this one doesn't talk and he's wearing a red jumpsuit. The camera shows that all the members that were outside are different copies of the Wilson family, and they are all wearing red jumpsuits, cannot speak, and all look more intimidating than the actual Wilsons. The leader of the group, the copy of Addie, uses her very raspy voice to sound like an immigrant trying to convince the cops that they are citizens, and says we are Americans. And where they came from, she pictures it as a very disturbing fairy tale and says that there was a girl and the girl has a shadow. The girl and the shadow were tethered in a way to where they both experienced the same life at the same time, but it seems like the shadow's experiences were far more painful and terrifying. Because of all of this, Demon Addie hated the real Addie and wanted to handcuff her and basically take her life. The other shadows and the real members of the Wilson family break off into a very weird game of tag. The first pair is Gabe and Demon Gabe. Demon Gabe takes Gabe's glasses and drags him out of the house and onto a boat to beat him to death with a bat. Next, Demon Addie tells Demon Zora to have a race with the real Zora. Finally, Demon Addie tells Demon Jason, whose name is Pluto, to go play in the closet with Jason. I don't really know what Pluto was supposed to do to Jason. My first thought was he's going to kill him, but spoilers, he doesn't. They just do magic tricks in the closet. Down the street, we see Zora and her demon twin playing Ring Around the Rosie on a car. Demon Zora gets on top of the car and looks like she's about to tackle Zora, but that's when a guy comes out of his house and starts yelling at them. The distraction gives Zora enough time to get the hell out of there, and we see in the background the poor guy get killed. Gabe then finds himself in the trash bag on the boat while Demon Gabe is driving into what I'm assuming is a safe spot to kill Gabe. The boat gives out, and while Demon Gabe is trying to get it started, real Gabe takes a bat and beats him with it. Demon Gabe falls into the water and then climbs onto the boat again, trying to stab Gabe with the scissors. But Gabe headbutts the boat and gets it running, chopping Demon Gabe into pieces as the motor kicks on. With everyone else fighting with their demon shadows, Demon Addie and Real Addie are having a wonderful conversation, with the Real Addie's head smashed into the table. Demon Addie explains they have been waiting for this moment for a very long time. She explains she's going to do a thing called untethering, which basically means killing the Real Addie. Before we see Demon Addie kill her, Jason shows Pluto a fun magic trick that Jason likes to call locking you in a closet and going to try to kill your mother. Jason goes and hides while Demon Addie gets Pluto and goes searching for Jason. While all of them are distracted, Addie gets a fire poker and gets free. She calls Jason and they both get out of the house, just as Pluto, the demon spider, tries to get them. Laura catches up with Addie and Jason, and all three of them head to the dock where Gabe is. They drive off, and then we cut to Josh and Katie's house where they're just trying to have a peaceful evening when all of a sudden the power starts to flicker, and Kate tells Josh she hears someone moving outside. Josh ignores it, thinking it's nothing, and their Alexa plays some soothing music. He then looks up to see his twins being stabbed by their demonic copies. At least now we know they died listening to good vibrations. Demonic Josh and Kate comes and attacks them as well, killing Josh instantly. Katie tries to crawl to safety, but ends up at the feet of Josh's demon twin, who offers a hand and she accepts it, but Josh is just messing with her. Katie, in a desperate attempt, tries to have the Alexa call the police, but instead Alexa hears play "Fuck the Police." Katie's demon then comes and, well, finishes off for good. Wilsons arrive to get help from their friends only seconds after their friends turn into spilt smoothies on the floor. Patty gets pulled inside by the demon Josh, and Gabe tells the kids to run away while he handles demon Josh, even though he's still pretty injured from the fight with his own demon shadow. The kids enter the house, and after grieving their friends meeting Jesus, they go upstairs and try to save their mom. They climb the stairs and see the demon twins doing some gymnastics. Zora hits one in the face, assuming she killed it, and hits the other one as well, stabbing her and killing her instantly. Gabe gets over to Josh's boat and hides well enough that demon Josh can't find him and gets frustrated, turning into a bird calling for help. Gabe then beats demon Josh to death, and we cut to Katie's demon, who is in front of a mirror and puts on makeup, trying to be pretty. She then turns herself into the slit-mouthed woman when Zora comes in and hits her with the golf club. Demon Katie gets the upper hand and is about to kill Zora when Jason appears and kills her by hitting her over the head. The Wilsons sit on the couch and listen to the broadcast on the news explaining that they aren't the only ones being taken out by their sewer copies of themselves. See on the news a video showing a bunch of bodies on the ground surrounded by a bunch of tethered copies. Then the cameraman gets taken out, and that's the end of the broadcast. Addie gets up and tells everyone the copies are trying to replace everyone and has been planning to do so for a long time. She says they need to get out of there and get down to Mexico. While they are trying to leave, Addie goes to get the keys to their friend's car and gets attacked by the surviving demon twin of their friend's daughter. She's still handcuffed, but was able to get the scissors and kill the demon kid. Zora gets in the driver's seat just as they see Demon Zora. Zora steps on the gas and runs Demon Zora into a tree. Addie gets out and finds the demon dying while giggling like a madman. Addie seeing someone who looks like her daughter dying. She instantly shushes the girl and slowly backs away to the car. They drive through the night, and come morning, they see a bunch of dead bodies in cars and just strewn about the street. They turn the corner and see their van engulfed in flames, and see that Pluto started the fire, and Addie gets out, trying to comfort the boy, I guess. Jason looks and realizes this is all a trap, and Pluto was planning on lighting their car on fire. Jason gets out of the car and plays puppeteer with Pluto, and makes Pluto walk into the fire, where Pluto then goes bye-bye. Now we see the demon copies don't always mirror each other, but we see Pluto and Jason mirroring each other in their scenes together. The director says they have a higher connection, I guess, because they are still kids. But Pluto is just playing a game here for Demon Addie's trap. Demon Addie kidnaps Jason and takes him somewhere. While Addie is searching for him, she sees a bunch of tethered demons holding hands and making a line on the beach, including the Bible dude, who we just seen die in the beginning of the movie. She makes her way into the fun house, where the first encountered her demon twin, and opens a hidden door that leads deeper and deeper into the ground. She finds a bunch of bunnies that we seen at the beginning of the movie. She then walks into a classroom where she finds Demon Addie and asks where Jason is. Demon Addie doesn't respond and just gives her side of events, and this is where the twist comes. Tunnels are made to make copies of people, so they can basically just take over the world with different versions of somewhat humans. This plan didn't work, so demon copies were just abandoned, but they were still mimicking all their humans, just a bit more weird. But God, as Demon Addie says, brought them together. And that's when Addie came to the funhouse, making her demon version come up to the surface, meeting in the middle. When real Addie did a dance performance, the other copies took her as their leader. Took them and decided to dress them all in red jumpsuits and train them for the day they would rise and kill everyone. They were influenced by hands across America and knew that they would use that message to get their government's attention. Real Addie and Demon Addie start fighting, and we cut back to Addie's dance performance that started all this. Demon Addie clearly has experience as she gets away with ease and still landing stabs on Addie. And we see as Addie keeps getting more and more frustrated. Demon Addie tries to kill Addie with a blow to the head, but real Addie gets the upper hand and stabs her in the stomach with the fire poker. She then kills Demon Addie by choking her with the handcuffs and goes into what sounds like a very tether-like noise. Addie gets away from the handcuffs and frees Jason. They all reunite with each other in an ambulance and drive away. Now, you guys are probably wondering, where's the twist you've been talking about? Well, it's actually right here. As they all drive away, we cut back to Addie's childhood, where we see her put her hands around the real Addie's neck and dragging her into the bunny room. Yes, the Addie that went back with her parents wasn't mute due to trauma, she was mute because she didn't learn how to speak yet. That's why Demon Addie was the only one who knew how to speak, and that's why her voice was so raspy, because she got choked and was forced to live with demonic clones of everyone. We then come back to them all being in an ambulance, and we see Jason staring at her. We aren't quite sure whether he knows his mother is the original demon or if he is now a Tethered too. I personally believe he just knows about his mother because we all seen Pluto go bye-bye, so Jason can't be replaced. But that was the movie Us by Jordan Peele. What are your thoughts on this movie, and what do you think happened? I personally love this movie, and I kind of wish my brain wasn't right on the twist at the end, but I think they kind of made the twist a little obvious just from the beginning. But if you like this video, please give a like and subscribe, and comment down below any other videos you would like to see and any other deep dives on movies that are your favorites. But like always, stay safe, never go near a person that looks like you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.